Horror Punks USA TV presents Rikk Pumpkin Patch. Will you ride or die? Can your band survive?
What's up, Rikk-or-treaters? Welcome to the Pumpkin Patch. I am your host, Rikk-or-treat, he, him, and today I'm coming at you with an awesome new review. So, please stick around. If you're interested in more horror punk and just all around awesome content, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to HPUSA TV. Today I'm going to be reviewing Casket Culture's brand new album, short album, EP, Something Dark and Eerie. This should be dropping that day, so pause this video, go to the link in the captions, and make sure to buy that record. Without any further ado, I want to get into the review portion. This album is, roughly 15 minutes long, maybe a little bit longer, like 16, and it's phenomenal. I know I say that about a lot of things, but I really enjoyed this. It's got a lot of dynamics. It has it seems like it's been really well mixed and mastered, so it has a really good quality to it, which I think can kind of make or break some bands, and I think they really utilize that in a good way. There is a lot of moody, atmospheric sections that I think they do really well, and the guitar tones on this album are just phenomenal. This one starts off with their first single, Creature Feature. The music video was actually debuted on HPUSA TV, so there should be a link somewhere to it. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. Support the boys. Like I said, first single starts off pretty hard. There's like a cool spooky riff in the verses. Kind of has that like ska flair a little bit. I'm not a guitarist, so I'm gonna name things the way that they sound fit to me. But I really appreciate that. I like the way that it has that riff go through the verses, keeps in that sort of, like I said, ska-ish, spooky riff, sort of Calabrese-ish, really appreciate that. The lyric when Josh says creature feature is just very pronounced. I think he does a really great job throughout the album of having these hookish sort of like, oh, I got you, you're gonna be singing this with me live. He does a really good job of doing that throughout this entire album. The chorus of this one's pretty, I feel like, can be pretty anthemic if done correctly live, The second song is called The Harlot. This one's a little bit slower. It's got like a gothy atmosphere, some like ooh, in the background, which I think is really cool. This one actually reminds me of the band Muse. I know they're not a horror punk band, but there's some sort of, really bluesy quality that that Casket Culture does that kind of intermingles with like alternative stuff that like Muse would do, sort of in a similar vein to my ears at least. I really appreciate that. Sounds really cool. With that being said, like this one is definitely a song that could be on the radio. I think that again it kind of hits those points really well that you'd hear on like a radio hit. It has some cool pounding sort of, I'm a drummer, so I'm hearing it, and it has like this breakdown section going through the background of a part where it's either double pedal or just single, just kind of continual, goes really well with it, and that's really cool. And as a drummer, I really appreciate hearing cool little nuanced things like that within the background, adding those dynamics. So definitely good on you, Riley. Next song is called Psychobilly Gotta Die. Just the title of this one was kind of odd to me, so I had to check. I'm like, is this song actually called Psychobilly? But when being able to, when having the opportunity to listen to it for the first time, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. They'd be liars if this song didn't have some sort of psychobilly riff in it, and it does. So it definitely checks that box for me. Definitely has a little bit more of that kind of bluesy, almost country vibe to it. This is sort of that like greaser rebel sort of mood. You know, definitely the like I'm gonna get into a fight right now type of thing, and that's kind of what it's about, you know. So I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that they kind of bring that out in the music, along with what the lyrics are about. So I thought that was cool. I also wrote down on this, there is a vocal and snap bridge where that's the only thing that's happening for a few seconds, and that's rad. I all about those dynamics, and definitely appreciate when bands kind of go out of the ordinary, kind of think outside of the box on certain things, because we could easily, you know, just do and then go into the thing, right, the next part. But they didn't do that. They did, you know, some snaps, so that's fun. I'm all about it. Next track is my favorite on the album, Santa Carla. Obviously, it's about vampires. Starts with some drum, you know, floor tom stuff, I believe. Nope, that was the next one. It says it starts with drum, but I don't know what I was. Oh, drum roll. Duh. It's written on there. Sorry, I got notes. I struggle here. Starts with some drum roll and sort of a somber sounding riff. This one, Josh, my man, the vocals on this, the melody or the harmony or whatever, you kill it. You are killing it. This is awesome. Can't stress that enough. It definitely shows off his abilities within that chorus piece. I appreciate that this one, like a few of the other songs, have fast, like D-beat bridges. So the song itself isn't necessarily slow, but it doesn't, you know, rely on just the D-beat. And then it'll kind of cut back, and it feels faster, so it moves that bridge section a little bit more. So I really appreciate that. It's very tastefully done. All about that. The next song is Sound the War Drums. This one kind of had noting, you know, Sound the War Drums. It has a heavy tom section to open it. This one's really reminiscent about to AFI for me for some reason. There's like the guitar tones on this one, or maybe it's just the way that it's being played, kind of really reminds me of like Sing the Sorrow era AFI. And there's some woes in it in the verse that really kind of hit those notes as well. Thought that was really cool. This one also has some like bluesy ooh parts in a section, and I made a note to say, Riley, your hi-hats sound killer on this track. There's something about it. They just kind of cut through really well. Again, the mixing and the mastering on this, top notch. Next song is actually going to be the next single release, from what I'm told. Texarkana Moonlight. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that this one is about the town that dreaded sundown. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe that's what it's about, because Texarkana, I think that's the place that they were in the movie. The thing that I put in my notes is the vocal delivery of Dead or Alive. Those lyrics for that is just so hookish. Just like I said, some of the rest of the stuff is just like, here, come here, you're gonna sing this with me. And I think this does a really good job of doing that as well. I put that there's a section, I don't know what it's called, when in like punk music usually you have this like sort of, there's no notes, but it's kind of this dead noise. There's a bridge with that, or there's like a build up towards the chorus, in the Dead or Alive section that does that. I really like that. I think that's really cool. It kind of breaks it up. And then it goes into the more melodic part of the chorus. There's kind of a breakdown in this song. It's not exactly like a hardcore breakdown, but in the background, if you listen to it, there is a breakdown. I am looking to you guys to do more of that. Throw some screams in it. Give this hardcore kid what he wants. That's all I want. But, in all seriousness, throwing in those different elements and those different dynamics really suits the stuff that you guys are putting out, and I'm really into it. I'm really digging that. The last track is called Woe Is Me, and it's Woe, W-O-A-H, because horror punk, whoa. I think that's great. It's hilarious. I'm surprised that Wednesday 13 didn't already come up with that. The lyrics, I think, are about just different shitty situations that happen to people. And there is a bridge section that is the most dynamic part in the song. Really appreciate that. This one, again, I think has some sort of radio rock quality to it. I think in the delivery of the vocals, like I could probably turn on like Rock 105.3 down in San Diego and hear a song like this on it. By no means is that an insult, if you know what I'm talking about, but I'd listen to it on the radio. I'm not picky. Who am I to judge, But I do really appreciate all of the dynamics and all the things that you guys are putting into your music. And yeah, man, I dig this album. Really into it. Really looking forward to hearing more from Casket Culture. And if you are interested, there's a link down below. You should own this just like I do. It's really good, and I feel like a lot of you guys will very much enjoy it. With that all being said, I am Rikk or Treat. You have been watching The Pumpkin Patch on HPUSA TV. Please like, subscribe, don't be an asshole, fuck white supremacy. What's up, everyone? This is Rikk or Treat. Make sure you check out our new merch on our Bandcamp. We have a limited amount left. Order now.